How's it going, team? This is the Brown Man, and today I'm going to go over some Pokemon that I love, but I know they're not the most competitively viable, and we're going to call this Underpicked and Underused. So, one of them is Dhelmise. Dhelmise is I really love the design. I fell in love with it in the Alola region, and I remember I'd play, and I would actually crush with this guy. This guy was really nutty. A lot of people sleep on this guy because he's not fast. He has a very obvious Achilles heel here, but he's relatively has some alright bulk in terms of defense. He has base 100 defense, base 90 special defense, and that attack stat. Woof, that attack stat. So he has the ability Steel Worker that gives him a third stab. So Steel type moves do 0.5 more. So you have Stab Ghost, Stab Grass, Stab Steel, and I don't believe there's a Pokemon that resists all three stabs. So he essentially has perfect coverage. If there's someone who resists all three, let me know. But I don't believe there's anybody, even if they're like normal fire. Maybe normal fire, if there's like a normal fire type. I'm not too sure if there is one in the game. But you have really good coverage. So yeah, there could be maybe there's some more out there. Maybe there's some more. Because Ghost and Fighting used to be perfect coverage, but now there is a Ghost normal type, so it's not perfect coverage anymore. It used to be, but now it's not because of Hisui and Zoroark. So here we are. And one of the main builds that I like to use on this guy, especially after the release of Generation 8, is the Steel Roller build. So some people will use Rillaboom, who sets up the grassy terrain, and they'll have probably some Tapus, etc. Right? So one of the things with Shipwreck is that this guy obviously has really high attack stat. So you want to hit hard and get out. Like there's pretty much no in between, right? You're too slow. You have to hit as hard as possible. And Steel Roller is a 130 base steel type move that gets stabbed with this guy off a 131 attack. That's some serious damage. But do be mindful, you can only use Steel Roller when a terrain is up, and it will actually destroy the terrain after it's used. So that's good for certain things like Tapus. Tapus might want to switch in on you or switch around and give other Pokemon the benefit of the terrain. You'll use Steel Roller, hit anybody hard, and then you bounce back. One of the things we got here is Power Whip, another high base power move. 120 base power, right? This is a 130, 120. Poltergeist is a 110 base move. It's not the most accurate. Power Whip is not the most accurate. Jesus Christ, they hit the accuracy on Power Whip. Poltergeist is a 90 base, but what happens is it reveals the item. So Poltergeist will reveal the item, and it'll say, this Pokemon is being attacked by this. And then it'll play the attack animation. So this is good for you to also just get the information of what item they're holding. And I run Earthquake. I'm actually deciding on what builds to use. I'm actually going to get the capture card and do Sword and Shield play when that comes in. But for now, and I'm also building into, just for the future, national decks, and I can't do national decks outside of Pokemon Showdown. So I'm trying to look into certain things. And I know there are a lot of menaces like Toxapex, you have Heatran, just several others out there, and Empoleon, and Earthquake hits all of them really hard. None of them wants to eat an Earthquake off of Shipwreck. And one of the things you can do is also you can do Poltergeist first. They'll be like, hey, maybe this person doesn't have it. Maybe this person. And then you hit him with the Earthquake. They're like, God, that's game. And of course, we go into, real quick, the 252 attack, 56 special defense. You can actually alternate that into regular defense if you want. But typically, the main threat for me would be special attackers, and I run the assault vest just to switch into special attackers. Especially, like, for example, if you're in a meta game where there's a lot of Tapus, especially if you're playing in the Gen 7 meta game, there are Tapus running around almost religiously, so you definitely need some special defense invest to handle the Tapus. So we have here another form that I used to use, that I like to use rather. This is more of a interesting, we'll say pick off guy. So you hit hard, right? And one of the gifts that he got from Generation 8 is Grassy Glide, just like Rillaboom. However, Dhelmise does not actually set up his own terrain automatically like Rillaboom, but when partnered with Rillaboom, you can, for example, go into you can run terrain extender if you want on Rillaboom, and you do your thing. You switch into Dhelmise, and then you do an attack. You do a power whip, a heavy slam, because you don't want to get rid of the terrain, right? Or a poltergeist, and you hit quite hard. You see how much health I have left. And if you think it's within range of a boosted Grassy Glide Life Orb, or boosted by Life Orb, then you do it. This option lets you beat out certain opponents that you normally wouldn't. So there's certain Pokemon that will come in and threaten you with a recover or just a damaging move. But because of Grassy Glide, if they don't resist this Grassy Glide, and they take a good amount of damage from Power Whip, Heavy Slam, or the Poltergeist, you can actually KO them. You can actually KO them with the combo. Or for example, if something comes in neutrally and Power Whip will like almost kill them, or bring them below half, a Grassy Glide has a good chance of actually just KOing them, outspeeding KOing. And that's just pretty much what this build is. The EVs are the same EV spread, same nature, everything. This is just a different item and move slot spread on this guy. And of course, one thing is the last thing is the support Dhelmise. So with support Dhelmise, you can run attack. You can also run invest a lot more into the defenses. It's really up to you. But for support Dhelmise, I run Bulldoze because whenever someone comes in, they lose 1 stage of speed. Rapid Spin to keep the hazards off. Power Whip for the damage, and Knock Off for the utility of removing items. Maybe it's more important that you remove items. Maybe it's more important. So you run the knockoff. You can also run knockoff on some of these other sets, but just be mindful that whenever you do knockoff, because it's not stab, you're really hurting yourself in terms of damage later down the line. Like Poltergeist can be, it's low PP, but when it hits hard, right? And knockoff, you have that one chance to hit hard, and after that, you're pretty much done. And that's Dhelmise. Dhelmise is the man. I love this guy, and I'm hoping to bring him on for some Pokemon Showdown games later to show you guys. I'm just going to go over some more Pokemon that I like, and then I want to build a team this week, and then we'll get to battling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and just remember that when Pokemon Scarlet and Violet comes out, I'm actually going to play it early. I'm not going to release any footage early. I don't want to piss off the Nintendo ninjas, but I am trying to grow this channel, so I will be playing it early, and after midnight, I'm going to have the full playthrough, and I want to have guides, tips, hints, etc. really early that day, Friday. So I want to be one of the first people, if not the first person, to give you guys that early information without just straight up leaking the footage. I want to respect people's excitement for the game. So a lot of these games, even like the Ghostbusters game, I'm gonna get that early and play it too. I'm not gonna show footage until the midnight of release. I don't want to do that, but I can get certain Pokemon, breed them, have some extras, trade with you guys, and I want to be excited about Pokemon again. I was a little let down with some of the recent games, but I want to get excited because I love battling. I love the community, and being able to explore the world with your friends. I'm not too sure how in depth that goes, but if that plays out really well, then this will have me excited. I want to feel the kid again, like when you played Pokemon or the original Diamond and Pearl, and you go into the underground and you can chill with friends. It was really dope. So I hope I get that feeling again with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We'll be doing a giveaway and a tournament leading up to the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I hope to see you guys there. Stay safe and have a good one.